He did it right when we went live, by the way. So, welcome everybody to another edition of the Raw and Uncut DC show. Well, we're gonna talk about Sons of Anarchy. Isn't that right, man?
Oh God, no.
I'm just kidding. No, this is gonna be a wrestling talk, and we're gonna talk about some things that we haven't talked about yet. One of them, I'm sure, is gonna get some feedback for sure. So, about time, huh, man? It's been a long time since we've done a video in Google Plus. Oh man, it's been about a month, right?
Yeah, man. It's been...
Couldn't get this damn thing working for a couple days, so freaking Google, man, you gotta fix their shit. Anyway, the first thing that I think that would be good thing to talk about is CM Punk, because I think that we haven't really touched on our feelings about that yet in video format, at least. We have over the phone a million times, of course, but we have it on video format. So I'm gonna let you go first this time, man, and rant away about CM Punk.
Ah, shit, man. You put me on the spot here, man.
I'm not gonna warm you up.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go with it.
All right.
See, this is kind of hard because we don't know exactly behind the scenes exactly what's going on. We don't know whether it's seeming more and more like CM Punk's at fault here. That apparently he's been on podcasts and all this other stuff talking that, you know, people have asked him, you know, what do you got to say to the fans? And he pretty much doesn't say anything. So it just seems a little bit more like it's his fault. And I've heard, you know, that he wants to be off the video game, which is sort of unfair to fans because personally I know quite a few people. This guy named Weatherman Josh, for one, you can see him at every live event. He actually got kicked out because he was front row on Monday Night Raw. He got actually kicked out. If you rewatch it, he was the one that when Ziggler won, he was the one that patted him. He had the whole CM Punk gear on, like fake tattoo, you know, the whole exact get up, you know, you know, all that type of shit. But I mean, to a person like him, think of how they feel when they were so excited to get this video game to come to find out they ain't even gonna be able to play CM Punk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, my biggest issue with the whole thing was I understand why he was frustrated. See, unlike most people, I did feel like he was kind of like held down when he was champion. Let's face it. You know, he wasn't always in the main event picture, so I kind of understood his frustration. But still, he was booked and a lot better than a lot of other guys on the roster. So, did he really have much room to be mad? I guess it depends, you know, on your personal opinion. For me, I felt he was kind of held down, but the way he left, without even acknowledging the fans or nothing, just you know, I remember I went to the Raw after the Rumble when he was supposed to be there, and a lot of people were wondering where the fuck was CM Punk. A lot of people paid the tickets that night to see him there, you know, and a lot of people were actually paid WrestleMania tickets to see him at WrestleMania 30, and of course, with him leaving after the Rumble, he wasn't going to work WrestleMania 30. So the way he left, and the way now we're going on almost a year now since he's been gone, and he hasn't said nothing about what's going on. Him or WWE hasn't really mentioned anything. And it's just like, it seems that he just, you know, he just kicked wrestling to the side. Like, you know, I'm just done with wrestling. I'm not going to address the fans. I'm going to move on with my life. And that's perfectly fine, but at least say something. Because as of right now, it seems like he's kind of like being an arrogant asshole about it. Even though he probably would admit it himself. But it's just bugging me how he went about it. I mean, the way I see it is just at least acknowledge it, like why you left. You know. Because now, like I said, we're left speculating. You know, all people are doing is speculating over and over again about what really happened. Was he mad that he left? Was he burned out and tired? Was he working injured? I mean, it could have been any of those. I think that he was injured when he came back last year, and he worked a couple more matches, but he was still hurt. So maybe it could have been an injury thing. Maybe he just he want to end up like Edge, having been forced to retire. So I don't know. It's just like, you know, like you said, man, like you know, what is it? You know, we're probably never gonna know.
And I've also heard the reason AJ ain't on Total Divas. Now, once again, this is a rumor. We don't know for sure, but it does make sense. So I do understand this point of view. The reason AJ won't on Total Divas is because sooner or later CM Punk would be around her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd actually be even happy with that if, you know, AJ was on Total Divas and every now and then we seen CM Punk. That way when it was time for him to come back, because sooner or later everybody comes back, man, regardless if they're harsh feelings. Nobody would have never thought in a million years Bret Hart would have showed up as much as he has with his whole spill out.
Ultimate, when they made it DVD, burying his ass, and he still came back in.
So I say, if you have any type of respect for the fans at this time, that's the way to do it. Is at least be on TV. Be on Total Divas. That way, when it's time for you to come back, the fans just ain't totally turned against you and just don't want to deal with you no more. And that's probably the way it's going to be here shortly.
Yeah, because the way he left was he just left you high and dry, like the guy Robert we did a video the other day. He bought WrestleMania tickets and access to meet him at New Orleans at WrestleMania weekend. So he let people down, and I know technically he doesn't really owe us anything, but still, I think the right thing to do was at least address something by now, because like you said, it's been almost a year now. In 3 more months, it'll be a year since he walked out, and we have no answers to what's going on. All we know right now is that he's suing WWE for being featured in a new upcoming video game. And I know you're not really happy about that. I'm not either. I think that's the most stupidest thing you could do. I mean, like, really, that's extra money in your pocket. They have to pay you to use your image in a game. So he's kind of like throwing money away, too. So it's like, I don't know what to think of this.
Yeah, then I heard, like I said, at first I thought it was a WWE thing, so I was like, that's pretty fucked up of them. But then I just, found more and more truth, and come to find out, he was the one that wanted them, to take his shirts off the, the site, WWE shop. I find the problem with that. I find the problem with that when you've got all these talented wrestlers, regardless who they are, even if we don't like them, whatever the case may be, they're out there putting on a good show when all the fans can chant, knowing that he ain't coming, is CM Punk. So honestly, you say he don't owe us something. I personally think he does, because once you're in the spotlight, you do owe somebody something. Why ain't you made an album in a while? Why ain't you been on TV in a while? Why'd you stop your show? You put yourself in the public eye. We do need an explanation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, the reason why I said it, because I feel like, that's probably what he's thinking, like, oh, I don't owe them a damn thing, That's probably his personality about this. But I think, you're right, because you really think about it. It was the fans that made CM Punk. I mean, like, you see his documentary. You saw how they held him down in ECW. They didn't want to put him in that main event picture, even when he was over with the fans when he came in. I mean, he had a fan base already when he first arrived in WWE. Not many guys get that. So, it was the fans that made you what you were. So I guess you are right, and I'm not trying to say nothing about what happened. Like I told you earlier, he did a podcast with his friend Cole Cabana. I think it was last night when Cole Cabana asked him straight up, he's like, "Do you have anything to say to your fans about why you left?" He's like, I have nothing to say. So, even with being long gone now, he still wants to leave us in the dark about what really happened. So, it's just going to be like, a constant discussion about what really happened without knowing what really happened. You know what I'm saying? It's just keep going in circle. Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think that CM Punk was held down? That's why he left, because he wasn't happy with his booking?
I don't think that, dude, because I say regardless if you're a WWE champion, Intercontinental champion, you could be the beginning of the show or the end of the show. I mean, let's face it, as many people want to bash Cena. Cena has had matches at the very start of the show.
Yeah.
Even as a champion, a lot of champions don't always do main events. You know what I mean? They might actually have the match, and then all of a sudden you'll have number one contender for the main event, even though they don't really do that much no more. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So honestly, was he hold down? That's like saying Daniel Bryan was hold down. I say no.
Daniel Bryan.
I say no, man, because I mean it won't, like, I could see him, them dropping the ball on him when he was, the champion for as long as he was champion, and then to lose the title and to not be still a main card player. He was still a main card player when he left, man. So I say no, they didn't drop the ball with him. He dropped the ball with himself, and my worst fears of CM Punk, as being a fan of CM Punk, is him staying away like Ultimate Warrior, and on his dying days comes back just to be into the Hall of Fame, finally letting bygones be bygones or whatever. And, whether the beefs with Triple H, whether the beefs with Vince McMahon, Stephanie, the writers, whatever the case may be, you don't want to wait till a person for instance, like Ultimate Warrior. You know what I'm saying? You don't want
Yeah.
your time's over at that point. You know.
So pretty much, eventually he's become the thing that he hated the most. Remember when he bashed the fuck out of The Rock being part-time? When he comes back and becomes a part-timer, he's becoming that thing he thought he hated. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think he's going up for. They always come back. Bret Hart, they said Bret Hart will never, ever come back to WWE ever again. And Bret Hart's made a lot of appearances over the years. Ultimate Warrior, like I said earlier, was a prime example of that. No one ever thought the Ultimate Warrior would ever come back ever again. Especially after they made that freaking DVD about him back in 2005. And yet he came back this year. So it's like, he'll be back one day. But the question is, will the fans care at that point?
Probably not, because, I mean, you can see even though, you know, Daniel Bryan is still considered, you know, on the roster right now, whether he, you know, has that point where he's got to give up like Edge did, I don't know. That's very, you know, that's a very possibility, you know, with him. But, I mean, out of sight, out of mind, you know, Daniel Bryan ain't the person with the whole yes movement anymore. You know, they have moved on. They have, you know, they jumped the band as soon as Daniel Bryan left or was champion. It was all about Roman Reigns in these fans' eyes. You know, they wanted Roman. They wanted at least a member of the Shield or Bray Wyatt. There's always going to be somebody else. So if you don't do all you can and you know, come out to these shows, you know, at least via satellite, whatever, be a Rock if you want to, you know, via satellite.
Via satellite, brother. I bring it.
There you go, baby. But yeah, man, if you know, if you continuously do that, man, CM Punk will be a person that had the chance for greatness because he was already on that road, man. He was already on that road of being one of the greatest. There's no doubt in my mind that if he would have done 2 more years, 3 more years, 4 more years, he would have been known as one of the greats, man. You cannot deny that. But staying away, that doesn't. No matter how good you were, you stay away too long, you're not the greatest no more, man. You took too much time, man. I mean, honestly, it's like a wasted storyline, man. You made this CM Punk character or person. Let me say that. I don't believe in that character shit no more.
Yeah.
But you build him up so good, man, so well. And let him do his thing. Let him. I mean, they gave him total permission to drop the pipe bomb on Vince McMahon in the company itself, and still kept him employed after that. If not, that boosted up his career to hell. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, you just wasted time with a guy like that when there's plenty more people that's dedicated, that comes to every show, that busts their ass every show, and just gives, you know, some of these pre-show guys, you know, on WWE Network for $9.99. Them pre-show guys bust their ass just as much as the first match of the night to the end match of the night. Sometimes they actually steal the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that belittle them? Hell no, I don't believe so, dude. Honestly, I don't believe so. I believe, you know, them pre-show guys, if they put on a show, man, that makes it harder for the other people that's, you know, if that pre-show was better than the title match, that's saying something, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people like that have done that and have swallowed their pride, I'm sure, you know, all of them want to be main event people.
Yeah.
But for you to waste time on a guy like CM Punk that's just going to turn his back, or even, for instance, Brock Lesnar, you don't know when that guy's going to quit. Them two are one and the same. That's why they hate each other, dude. They're too much alike.
Yeah. Too much in common.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Those two people you can't count. You can't put your money on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's that Duck Dynasty poster in the background, man. Is that Duck Dynasty right there?
Yeah, man. It's actually a throw rug.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a poster.
No.
I was posting that for a second.
I got a poster on the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. You got a poster of CM Punk?
Oh, fuck no, dude.
You see what I'm
Actually,
saying?
I'm doing my what I call my this is actually I'm in my dining room, living room / whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
This is sort of my man cave of where I can do my camo and all that type of crap.
Yeah.
But then I got, you know, my third bedroom. It's pretty much a Man Cave also, but I'm doing that wrestling themed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we go to watch our pay-per-views for $9.99. Yeah, man.
You need to buy a 999 shirt, man. I'm getting one.
Yeah, honestly, dude, that's all I'm pretty much asking for Christmas is like a shitload of like wrestling shit. Like before the Wyatts, you know, sooner or later they're all gonna have their own shirts.
Yeah.
So I wanna get the I believe it's Luke Harper that wears that cutoff, and in the back it says what the hell does it say in the back, man? He's got the whole world in his hands, I believe.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about? It's like a
Yeah.
green, I want to say, or tan, whatever. I want to get all them before it's all said and done, and just stack up on them.
Yeah, man. I need to get more wrestling shirts. I don't really own that much. I have an Orton one, a Rock one, and a Taker one. That's pretty much it. I need to get more. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, and I had a WrestleMania one. I went to 28 a couple years ago. Other than that, I need to shit more shirts, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And see, back on the whole CM Punk thing, dude, I wouldn't have been offended if he went back to Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
You know, at least to say that, you know, you're acknowledging the fans somehow, some way. You know, I'm glad we waited this long because, I mean, we've been wanting to do that, you know, that discussion for a long time. And, you know, it's sad that it's been damn near a year, if not close to a year by now, that he's been gone. That, God, I just lost my train of thought. That we still don't, like, we still can't fully put our stamp of disagree or agree with this because we still don't know, man. You know, so that I mean, it's like, you know, it's like Cindy. You know, at first she didn't like CM Punk, then she started to like him, and then all of a sudden he vanished, and she was like, well, damn, you know.
She started getting behind him, like, wait a minute, I still like this guy, and all of a sudden now he's gone now.
Yeah, it was sort of a disappointment, you know what I'm saying? It's like she got into him. I mean, tremendously got into CM Punk just for him to hightail out of there. And then thank God that WWE is professional enough to, you know, not to hold grudges, that they're not burying AJ for this shit. You know, it's not a punishment thing. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That goes to show those guys that have left and bashed that they've buried other people because of that. So the fact that she wasn't. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
That's one good thing you could say about WWE. Another way to bring it up is, you know, since we talked about Bret Hart not too long ago, as the way they did, I don't know if you remember the Hart Dynasty.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
You know, they got tag team goals. You know what I'm saying? All that, you know, they're not true. I believe they should do Natalya a little bit better. But, you know, they're not totally burying her.
Yeah.
You know, even when, you know, the beef was, you know, so you can say what you will about WWE, but they're not holding grudges against others. You know, they're not punishing, you know, they didn't punish Matt Hardy for Jeff Hardy's drug addiction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one credit you can give them. That's why, you know, I hate to say it, but I'm more, you know, their side of the fence with this CM Punk thing right now because his actions are proven.
Remember that CM Punk and Jeff Hardy feud? When he came out as Jeff Hardy, man, that was some great shit. Classic CM Punk.
I mean, even Jeff Hardy said that's probably one of his highlights of his career.
Yeah.
You know,
that feud was amazing. And that's what I'm saying. You know what? The biggest problem is that you could tell. Well, I know for me, I've seen it for the past year since he's left. That it really has hurt the product. I mean, he brought a certain presence to the show it is severely lacking now that he's gone. But it's like you're saying, man. It's like, you know, until either side says something or CM Punk himself says something, it's going to be an endless discussion about what really happened. You know, it's one of those things that we'll never get an answer to, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, man. And I don't know if you can see it, man, but before there was CM Punk that dropped his pipe bombs, there was a person like Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That came with that same attitude. Yeah, I believe Stone Cold. A lot of his shit, I do tremendously believe it was scripted. It won't even pipe bombs at all.
Yeah.
But I think that's why the Shield, honestly, I blame CM Punk leaving for the reason of the Shield.
Yeah.
Because you already knew Dean was that type of, you know, pipe bomby, uncontrollable guy that's going to go against, you know, the authority.
He's a second.
So the best way to do it is make him solo. So, I mean, honestly, if CM Punk would have stayed, would there still be the Shield? They'd probably still be together. So, in certain aspects, it's actually better.
Yeah. Well, you saw what happened at WrestleMania. I mean, like, if rumor was correct me if I'm wrong, he was supposed to face Triple H at WrestleMania, CM Punk. So, in a way, Punk leaving kind of benefited Daniel Bryan in a way. So, I don't know. Those are the examples.
When you say that the company's hurting because of CM Punk, I don't think that. I think the company is hurting because of injuries. Because you had, for instance, nobody can be as Speedy Gonzalez style as like Daniel Bryan can from start to finish. You know what I'm saying? So we are missing that. We're missing Roman, even though, like I've said a million times, he's not ready. He's not ready for the gold, and I think that's by WrestleMania. It's going to probably be Roman versus Brock Lesnar.
I'm sorry, man.
See that.
That interview last week was boring. I'm sorry, man. That interview he had last week talking about his injury, that bored me to tears, man. I hate to bash Roman, but I don't know. He's, some guys have mic skills, some guys don't. I understand it's not the most important thing, but, they're kind of rushing him a little too fast a little bit.
Well, see, I don't know if you heard this, but apparently his whole video was scripted.
Oh, really?
It was basically, apparently Vince is the one that wrote it for him, but at the same time, Vince was pissed the way he presented it to the people.
Oh, yeah.
I would have let it like they did, back in the day. Maybe it was scripted at that point, where you had a person like, Triple H. You remember, it could be 6 months. 6 months, I'll be back. I'll be back in 6 months, Triple H. And then they would show him, he'd be talking for a minute, and all of a sudden you see him pumping iron. You know what I'm saying? That's what needed. That's what should have been shown, not just Roman sitting there saying, "I'll be back, believe in me." All that type of crap. So honestly, Vince blames Roman. Vince blames Roman on that. Honestly, I blame Vince for that. Roman should have been allowed to say what he wanted to the fans without having to read some shit.
Maybe that's why I came across so bad, because it seemed like, I don't know why I never noticed it. It looked like he was totally reading a script there, so that's probably why I came off so bad.
That's exactly what it was. Look it up. It's, it was said that Vince was totally disappointed in that, but he was he honored Sandow's performance.
Oh, wow, man. Well, I will say the Reigns performance was bad.
But he gave total credit to Sandow, man. He said he did a hell of a performance, and that's why I said, people bash these people that do these stupid characters or gimmicks, whatever you want to call it, or just having fun while they come out in the ring. But some of them people, they make it that way, Would he have been that intelligent guy that made everybody out to be like they're dumb as shit? Would that character have made it far? He's actually, technically Miz is helping him. Miz is pushing him into the spotlight. And that's where, he really needs to be, because Sandow's hell of a performer, man. You cannot deny his skills that, he needed this. So I don't think the gimmick is stupid as shit. Actually, I like it.
He's hilarious, too, man. Remember he came out as a Magneto or something like that one time when Hugh Jackman was there? He's actually funny. Yeah. You actually have a comedy character that's actually funny, but he has an in-ring skills to back it up, too.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, sooner or later he's going to turn against The Miz, and I would love to see that. Honestly, it's due time to place the gold on his waist, man.
I love how The Miz is playing that Hollywood rock character, man. You know what? I want to talk about The Miz real quick, because a lot of people bash The Miz, man. I've always bashed The Miz. I don't get why he gets all this heat from these wrestling fans on here. There's a lot of people that bash the fuck. I don't know why. I mean, The Miz, he's an awesome character. I don't care. I don't get it. Do you get it, man? Why they bash The Miz?
They bash whoever they bash who they like 1 minute, and you know what I'm saying? You didn't hear people bashing Miz when he was the champion, man.
They were loving that. I remember I was watching back then. There's a lot of people, saying, "Oh, Miz is an awesome champion. About time he got the belt." And now, like 4 years later, they can't stand him.
I mean, you cannot deny Miz and Morrison, man. That was hell of a tag team. You know what I'm saying? So
and he made Morrison's story,
It's just the fans. The fans screw it all up, dude. They can say what they want to, but
I know how you feel about the fans too.
oh god, dude.
All right, well, I guess we'll talk about our next main topic that we wanted to talk about. Lesnar as a part-time champion. Now, this is getting a lot of heat right now. There was a report that came out a couple weeks ago that his next title offense is not going to be until the Royal Rumble, which means he'll be skipping Hell in a Cell this month, Survivor Series next month, and TLC in December. So no Lesnar for the next 3 months. And I got to say that as a fan of Lesnar, I am pretty pissed off because I want to see him actually have a couple of good matches as champion. So if this is the case, and he's not coming back till January, let's talk about a shitty title reign. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means that, when he comes back, because it's a given he's going to lose at WrestleMania. It's pretty much a given right now. Apparently, he's supposed to be Roman Reigns, supposed to be the guy that he's supposed to lose to, but I'm hoping it's probably going to be Ambrose or somebody else. But in a way, though, like I told you before, it could be a blessing in disguise because for the longest time now, the Intercontinental belt, the tag team belts have always been put on the back burner. This gives them a chance to put those titles with more importance on the card because they have no champion there. What do you think, man?
All right, I got a bunch of things to say on this one.
Oh, boy, man.
Oh god, dude. All right.
Though, Lesnar's your boy.
All right. At first, I was totally pissed, dude. That why the hell have a champion when you don't defend it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the point of it? That knocks it down, dude. In my opinion. But the plus side of things is these people can bust their ass till January. That way, maybe, when say it's already planned that it is Roman. But Vince, Triple H, Stephanie, the writers, whoever else, decides these things, sees potential in somebody else and is like, you know what? Let's not rush Roman. Let's give it to this person. Let's give it to this person. This is time for all the others to shine. What I disagree with is, like I said, out of sight, out of mind. Have Paul Heyman come out there and literally say, there's no competition for him right now. There's no reason for him to come back. Have Paul Heyman still a part of it to get you, like God, you know what I'm saying? To light a fire in these people's asses, basically.
Yeah.
And at the same time, still keep Brock Lesnar a subject before people, it's like at times you watch it, and I'm not saying now, I'm saying, you could say Attitude Era, you could say PG Era. At times, you almost forget who's got the titles. Who's got the United States title, who's got the Intercontinental title, who had the Hardcore title, because sometimes it's off the camera. You know what I'm saying? You might have a title. You might have a title match for the dark match, or for the main event, or at that time it was Sunday Night Heat that you never seen the European title defend on Raw or something like that. So this gives it time for that to happen, man.
You know what? This didn't really happen before. I can't think of a time whenever I've been a wrestling fan where a champion's been gone for 3 months. So now, of course, there's a small chance that this could be just a rumor. He could come back for Survivor Series. So there is that possibility. But let's say he is gone. So, Jen, like you said, this gives him a chance to finally have these guys step up in the mid card. And you can even argue, like I said, you can even have the Intercontinental Championship close out a show. Has there ever been a time when you're a fan when the Intercontinental belt actually main evented the show? I can't think of a time when that ever happened. So, in a way, like I said, this could be a good thing and a bad thing depending on how they do it.
Right.
Lack of Paul Heyman is a problem, though, like you said.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my prediction here and get it already said and done, dude.
All right, brother.
WrestleMania, supposedly the rumor is it's Roman versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
How would you build that up? What I would do is actually have Roman beat Lesnar, not, a back and forth match. I wouldn't have it a total squash, because Lesnar doesn't need that, and neither does Roman. Have Roman win fair and square, but then has Seth excuse me. Has Seth cash that shit in on Roman the same exact night. all right, to continue, say the next pay-per-view, the moment everybody's been wanting to see, have the champion Seth Rollins versus Roman versus Dean.
Yeah.
Triple threat with the Shield. That's how I would do it.
Oh man, see, I never thought about it that way before, man. Having Seth come in, cash in after all that, man. I miss when they used to have the, like when Edge used to do that shit all the time. You know, cash in after the match is over with, man. It's a good way to get heat on the guy. So, now the question is though, like, would you have him branch off into a full-on feud after WrestleMania with Roman, or would it be like a combination of Roman and Dean, like a whole Shield?
Well, like I said, I would have it. I would have it where Roman, like I said, takes that belt, getting ready to celebrate, doing his ooh-ah shit, blah, blah, blah. Have Seth come cash that shit, get it, and then have Raw, have him come in there. You know how like McMahon's love to do with their celebration shit. Have a celebration for old Seth Rollins here, and have it interfered by Dean and Roman.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it, dude.
After WrestleMania.
And have it literally a triple threat match versus the Shield. Everybody's been wanting to see it. We ain't really fully seen it yet.
Yeah. And I think that match would tear the house down because, even with my problems with Roman, he's still pretty good in the ring. So, yeah, man. That's the way to go after it. But the question is, my question is, what happens to Brock Lesnar after he loses the belt? You see what I'm saying?
Probably Brock Lesnar. We don't know how he signed his contract or whatever. I believe if he lost the title, he'd probably stay away, maybe for a while, or maybe just be done with it.
I think that he's probably leaving because I know his current contract expires at WrestleMania 31 next year. So I'm wondering,
that'll be it.
Last run, it could be. I don't know. Because let's face it, he's not really, even though he came back. Let's not forget here for a second that he did bash the fuck out of WWE before he even came back. So who's to say that he'll stick around even longer? I don't think he will.
And then I don't know if you follow Bray Wyatt on his his personal Facebook.
Yeah.
But he actually made the statement, dude, that he said whenever Taker's ready to hop in the ring, he said he's gonna tear down the dead man, dude.
Oh man.
Which is what I hope for, dude. The sad thing is even if Bray Wyatt beats him at WrestleMania, it doesn't mean shit no more because the streak's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said before, that was the man you should have chose to be the guy that beats the streak was another, evil guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would much rather see Taker and Bray Wyatt. I would much rather see than Taker and Sting, dude. Honestly, since WWE apparently wanted to sign Sting for so many years, and he kept on the verge of signing and then hesitated. I think it would be funny as hell is they're the ones that signed, Sting, and he agreed to it, that one match at WrestleMania, and they actually fired his ass before he had a match. I think that would be hilarious.
I know you're not really Sting right now.
I'm not at all of Sting, dude. Like, to hell with that guy, dude.
I'm still upset about what happened back in Richmond this year when he's supposed to be there. And it was a fucking video game commercial that we already knew was going to happen. I'm kind of iffy about Taker and Sting. I mean, like, in a way, it'd be nice to see them both face off in the ring, but, it's like, so you bring Sting in, and he's going to win his first match and then retire beating Taker. You know what I'm saying, man? Like,
yeah, man.
And he gets that honor and then leaves. Because he's only working one match.
Yeah.
Over and over, he's only working one match. I don't know. That could rub a lot of fans the wrong way,
I mean, it was a good choice with Taker and Sting when Sting was, he first did his whole crow gimmick looking shit.
Yeah.
Now he's done got older. I just don't think that dream match is not really a dream match no more to me, man.
Yeah.
He's just too old, It's I would have liked to seen Taker in his prime, Sting in his prime, and them go at it, not two handicap ass dudes coming out there, you know.
It's like
I mean,
Hogan and
hell,
Warrior
man.
right now, man. You know, Hogan and Savage is still alive, having a match right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like
There
way
you
past.
go. It's just not appealing to me, dude. If that is the match, that's probably going to be the most boringest match of the night.
I don't know what's going to happen at WrestleMania now because with the streak being over now, it makes you wonder like, will Taker come back at WrestleMania? Is he really going to be gone? So the one thing I will say though, with the streak now being over, it adds some unpredictability for WrestleMania season because this could be the first time where we have no streak match at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious what's going to happen now. If we do get Taker and Sting, which is the strong rumor right now, but there's also this rumor that Sting's supposed to be the guy as part of, behind the whole Wyatt family, the devil per se. And I know you weren't happy about that when I told you that last night. If they have Sting, the devil, and behind the whole Wyatt family gimmick. So all I know is that I don't think it's going to happen because Sting's only agreed to one match, so that caused him to be around more often if he was behind the Wyatt family. But I say, how about Sting and Wyatt at WrestleMania?
Not even, man.
What do you think, man?
How I would do it, man, and I put money. A lot of these people agree with me on this, man. The greatest match of all time, baby. Sting versus Hornswoggle, baby. That's it. That's what everybody wants to see, man. That's what everybody wants to see.
Well, there's only one more match. The biggest dream match they could do right now in 2014 and by 2015 in the main event, it has to be the Bunny versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. That's what I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it could be.
Because everyone's behind the Bunny. I know you're behind the Bunny. I'm behind the Bunny. And
I actually like the Bunny, man.
yeah, man, you like the everyone bashes the Bunny because it's a child character. It's for the kids,
It's a child character till he's revealed of who he is, man. And probably who he is ain't the same person as he was the whole entire time. It's like, Vince being the leader of the Ministry of Darkness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't the guy the whole entire time.
No. People thought he was, but no, there's no way. Not the whole time he was behind that suit. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, man. So I think that
I don't know what I was going to
I was forgetting what I was going to say. I think that this is going to be the most unpredictable WrestleMania of all time, man. Because really, every single year, you expect two things. You expect Taker to be there to defend his streak, and you expect you kind of have a match locked down for the main event. Right now, it's expected to be Reigns and Lesnar, but I really think plans could change. And I think by January, when Lesnar does come back, we'll find out. I think that honestly, it should be Ambrose and Lesnar for the belt. My personal opinion. I think that Ambrose should be the one to face Lesnar and get the belt. What do you think, man?
Possibility. Hell, you know what I'd like to see? Now that everybody's jumped this whole bandwagon with Randy Orton now since he did his last, amazing RKO, is have Lesnar versus Orton, and right when he's getting ready to put him into F5, when he slings his ass, Orton grabs his fucking neck and does the RKO.
Oh,
that would be badass.
And like I said, people always jump off and on with Orton, man. Freaking Orton haters. They can't decide if they like him or they hate him, man. I say that I've always been an Orton fan. There's some times where he was boring the hell out of me when he was directionless for a couple of years, but no one hits those RKO spots better than him, man. Out of nowhere, it's always beautiful, man, when he gets it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Orton and Lesnar, I would take that over Reigns and Lesnar at WrestleMania. I never, to be honest, I'm glad to say this. I'm not really excited at the prospect of Reigns and Lesnar, but if that's what we get, I'll accept it. But I think there's better options out there. What are you
doing? Nothing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The funny thing is they never ever faced before at all. So this will be like a first-time match between those two. So it should happen. Yeah, man.
That's it.
people's eyebrow, man. Yeah, man. You got
Where's
anything
the
more?
mask at?
Man?
Huh?
You got anything more to say to these fine people on here on YouTube, man?
Nah, follow the buzzards like I always say.
I think that coming up here, we should do a Halloween themed episode. What do you think, man? Follow the buzzards.
I have no idea what you just said. You sort of echoed.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why you're so quiet for so long. I said, coming up here, we should do like a Halloween themed show on here. What do you think, man?
I didn't hear a word you just said, dude. Oh, there you
Apparently,
go.
Mike's not
Chinese
working, guys.
talk.
You cut it off. Yeah, man.